Hello students, today we are going to start with our next topic, that is called as Pascal's law. So this law states that the pressure exerted anywhere in a confined liquid, the pressure exerted anywhere in the confined liquid is transmitted equally and undiminished in all the directions throughout the liquid. So means in simple words, it says that the pressure in the liquid is equally transmitted in all the directions. For explanation, let us say that I have some container in which I have some liquid. We have already seen that the pressure at any point in this container depends upon the H, rho and G. So it depends upon the height, means the variation of depth between these 2 points. So let us say that these are the 2 points in this liquid, and I am saying that this point is having pressure P1 and this point is having pressure P2. Then the difference between these two pressures, delta P, will be equal to P2 minus P1. Since this P2 is at greater depth, more height from the surface, then it will be having more pressure than this point P1. Now let us say that now I arrange something to increase the pressure here, means now I am using a piston here. Piston means something that can move. So let us say that I have some piston here and I press this liquid with some force. So then this liquid will be compressed. Now the will be compressed and pressure will be exerted. So now let us say that the pressure at these 2 points increases. Then let us say that the pressure that is increased by the applied force here by some value, let us say that P applied, then this force P2 will also be increased by PA. So this will become P1 plus A and this will become P2 plus A. Then also the change in pressure will be P2 plus PA minus P1 plus PA. So now also the pressure or the difference in the pressures will be this P1, PA will get cancelled, will be equal to P2 minus P1. So this says that if the pressure is increased here, then the pressure at both these points will also increase, and they will increase by the same amount by the applied pressure. So to prove this, we have one more example given in our book. Let us talk about that also. Now have a look. Let us say that I have some arrangement of liquid. I have some container that was filled, and let us say that these are the pipes, let us say that now emerging out from this liquid. Then at any instant, initially, if this piston is not pressed, then let us say that this will be the level of the liquid in all these pipes. So the liquid level in all these pipes will be at the same level. Now if this piston is pushed downwards, then the pressure increases in this liquid. Then what is observed is, on pressing this piston, the level of water in all these will increase by same amount. So this also shows that the pressure at all these points, since these all are at the same height, so they will also have the same level, but this point that is at the depth will also rise up to the same point. So means pressure will be exerted equally at all the points. So this shows that the pressure in liquid is transmitted equally, and this concept will be used in transmission of pressure. This is used in transmission of pressure. And now we have to talk about the application. We have to talk about the application of this Pascal's law. So now we have to discuss this. So the applications are used in hydraulic machines. The main application is there in case of hydraulic machines. Since we have seen that the pressure is equally transmitted, so this concept will be used now. Let us say that I have some arrangement. Let us say that I have some container here and one more container that is having more area than this one is here. Let us say that these are connected through some pipe like this. Now let us say that this area is A1 and this area that is here is A2. Is A2. This area is A1 and this area is A2. And if these are movable pistons, and now if I apply some force F1 here, I apply some force F1 here, then pressure P1 will be exerted here, and since this is filled with liquid, so the pressure in liquid is transmitted equally, so this pressure will also be applied here. So if this is pressed with force F1, then the pressure applied here will be P2. So due to this application of this pressure, this piston will start moving upward. If the liquid is non-compressible, then this will move upward, and let us say that the exerted force here is F2. Now we already know the formula for the pressure. So pressure is equal to force over area. Pressure is equal to force over area. Then at this point, this P1 will be equal to F1 over A1, and P2 will be equal to F2 over A2. Now Pascal law say that the pressure in both these containers will be same. So from Pascal's law, P1 equal to P2. So P1 equal to P2 means F1 over A1 equal to F2 over A2. Now if I cross multiply these, then I will get F1 over F2 equal to A1 over A2. Will be equal to A1 over A2. Now what is the meaning of this, or what is the use of this? Or we can also say that F2 over F1 equal to A2 over A1. So application of this is, since area of 2 is greater than area of first, so area of second is greater than area of first, therefore this value will be greater than 1, this value will be greater than 1. So this implies that force in the second will be greater than force in the first. Force in the second will be greater than the force in the first, and this is the application of this. So if little force or small force is applied here, the force applied here will increase with the increase in area. Or in the words we can say that if small force F1 applied on small area, then large force F2 will act on large area A2. So with the small force on small area, large force on large surface will act, and this is the application that will be used in hydraulic machines. So to increase the force, we will increase the area, then with little effort this will move. Now we can also say that the motion here, so motion of the piston here will be more, so with the more motion, less motion will be applied. So displacement will be more in this case, and here the displacement will be less. So means if this piston is moved from here to this, then this will move by a little because of the product. So displacement, work done, force multiply displacement. Since the work done in both the cases will be same, work done will be equal to work done in the second, so force multiply displacement. So here the force is small, displacement will be more, and here force is greater, displacement will be smaller. So this can be understood. Then we will talk about these points later. So because the force increases, so this type of hydraulic machines are used as force multipliers, multiply. So wherever we need to increase the force with little effort, then these hydraulic machines can be used. Now we have to look upon some of the examples based on this. Now the first case that is given in our book, first example is hydraulic press. First is hydraulic press. So let us talk about this now. So for this I will take one example from your diagram from your book. Now this is the arrangement that is shown. Let us first talk about the main parts. So here in this we have two cylinders. One is cylinder P1 and one P and one is cylinder Q. Both are connected with the pistons. Piston means something that can be moved. So this is here it is connected by piston A, and here it is connected by piston B that can also move. This piston is called as pump plunger. Pump plunger means pump will be applied here, and this is called as a press plunger. So this will be used to press something. Now in this piston is joined or connected with some lever. So lever means that can be moved with the help of some force. So it can be moved upward and downward. Now both these cylinders are also fitted with these valves, valve V1 and valve V2. Valve V1 and valve V2, the function of these two valves will be, let us now say that I am taking this lever upwards. So when this will move upward, this piston will move upward and this valve will open. This valve will open and the liquid from this reservoir tank will move into this. And now if this is pressed downwards, then at that time this valve will close. Valve will close means no liquid will flow from here to this reservoir. So if this lever is moved upwards, then the liquid will be filled into this, and on pressing it will not move into the reservoir again. Now these two cylinders are connected through a connecting pipe that is written as connecting pipe R. Now let us now apply some force here. If this lever or this piston is pressed downwards, this valve will be closed. Now pressure will move from here to this. So due to the application of this force, this valve will open. And since the pressure in both these will be same, so this piston will start moving upward. And if something is kept here, so in this case bale of cotton is kept. So if this bale of cotton is kept here, so this upper place is fixed, so this will be pressed against this fixed wall or something, so this will get pressed. So this is the concept of this. Now if this is released, then the liquid filled into this can be moved from by opening this release valve. The liquid will be sent to this. So this is the concept. So here also we can look at the area. This is smaller area and this is larger area. So with the application of small force on small area, we can get large force on larger area. This is the concept of hydraulic machine. So hydraulic press, it is also called as Brahma press. Now next example that is given in our book is called as hydraulic jack. You might have seen somewhere else. So the concept of jack here is also the same. Jack means something that is used to lift car or some heavier load. So in this case also, have a look. So smaller area, so little effort will be used. So this will be pressed downwards. The pressure will move from here to this by this connecting pipe, and with the press or the effort here, this will be pressed with pressure P1, so pressure P, so same pressure P will be applied here also. So with the little effort on small area, large force on a larger area can be obtained. So this is also the same concept. Same concept is used in our next example, that is hydraulic brakes. So here also the same concept is there. So in this, let us now talk about this. So here also, this is the foot pedal. Foot pedal means where we press the brakes. Now this is also small area, small piston, small force, small area. So little force will be applied here. And look at this container. So in this brake system, one is called as master cylinder and one is called as wheel cylinder. So with the effort, this piston will be pressed downwards. This pressure will pass from this liquid to a wheel. So here only one wheel is shown. This can be transferred to all the wheels of the vehicle. So let us say that this pressure is transferred to two wheels. So this same pressure, the pressure that is applied here, that pressure will be applied to the other wheel also. Pressure will be same in the container. Now this liquid will exert pressure. Here this is another piston, so that will move, and that is connected with the brake shoe, when this piston will be pressed, so this will press this brake shoe inwards, means this will be pressed against the rim of the wheel. This outer side is called as the rim of the wheel. So these will come here, means they will, the friction between these will increase, means between the rim and the brake shoe, the friction will increase, and that will try to stop the vehicle. So with the small effort here, the liquid will exert large pressure here, and the brakes will be applied. And since the pressure is equally transmitted, so this can be joined to the other wheels also, and the same pressure will be applied on the other wheels also, means the pressure or the effort by the brakes will be same on all the wheels. So this is another example that is given in our book. So mainly the hydraulic press, hydraulic jack, or hydraulic brake, in all these what we are using, so we are using little effort on little area or small area, and the where we need pressure or more force, that will be applied on larger force on larger area. And in this way we can say that these hydraulic press etc. are used as a force multipliers. And because of this, mechanical advantage is the ratio of the load to the effort. So since load means the output where we are obtaining, so that is called as a load. So load will be more than the effort. So here load will always be greater than the effort. So little effort, more load. So therefore the mechanical advantage is always greater than 1. And similarly the velocity ratio. So velocity ratio is distance moved by the effort over distance moved by the load. So I have already discussed about this. Since the work done will be same, so work done will be same means force multiplied displacement. So here small force means large displacement, because displacement is on the effort side. So large displacement will be on the effort side, and less displacement will be on the load side. So because of this reason, the velocity ratio is also greater than 1. And these hydraulic machines always act as a force multiplier. Now I hope that you can talk about some more questions from your exercise. And before moving on to that, let us talk about some of the purpose of this hydraulic machine or press. So for pressing cotton bales or goods like quilts and books etc. These can also be used to extract juice from the sugarcane, sugar beet etc. For squeezing oil out from linseed or cotton seeds, and for engraving monograms on goods. So this was the application of a hydraulic press. Hydraulic jack can be used to lift the larger loads or heavier loads with little efforts, and similarly brakes are used to stop the vehicle. So these all are the applications of these. Now you can complete your exercise. Thank you. Have a nice day.